Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2023 in another part of the Williams Road to Glory career mode. Today we take on the Mexican Grand Prix, always one that can throw up some drama. We've got 3 races to go this year, and well, we need to try and maximise some points really out of those last 3. It's going to be tricky, but fingers crossed we can pull it off. Thank you very much for the support on the series so far. Keep leaving a big thumbs up down below and all of that good stuff. And without further ado, let's get ourselves immersed into the action. And first things first, we do have a response required for more sponsorship obligations. We have had quite a few bits not pass the inspection, which is not good. Jack Doohan looks all right. As does Iwasa, and both of those can be recruited this year. What's going to happen here? So, yeah, what will happen? As always, driver training will be severely impacted. No, we're going to deny that, actually, because we're not going to get any more money from that. Pit crew exhausted. Okay. Right, what's up with the powertrain? Powertrain's not looking great. And actually all the gearboxes are a little bit dodgy for Alex Albon. We have only got 3 races to go. It's whether we just decide to hang on the back of that, if you like. Where could we go then for next season? Yeah, didn't want... What have I done here? Right, so overall rating. Because lots of people do not want to join us for next year in terms of reserve driver role. I suppose we could try and get Mick Schumacher in there. That is a possibility. Let's give him a go. I know this is going to cost us a little bit more money, but he's already upgraded to 78 rating this season. Let's see what we get. No, he doesn't want a reserve role, so that's fine. Drugovic, of course, is somebody we could go and get, but that will cost us some money to break out. Richard Verschoor is in there as well. And we said Ayumu Iwasa could be an option. He's 22. I think Verschoor probably is the better option there, but yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on the contract situations of people going into the end of the year, and we'll make our decision come what may in the off season of who's going to be our reserve driver next season. Okay, let's push on then. We're obviously quite tight for the rest of the season in terms of money and caps and all of that stuff. So yeah, let's see what we can pull off here. So reach Q3. They want us to finish 15th with one of our drivers. Might get into Q3 with one of them. We'll say Q2 for 2 of them. Nothing for fastest lap and nothing there either. All right then, ready and raring to go, I think. Let's get ourselves into the Mexican Grand Prix. Should be a good one.
We return once more to the hustle and bustle of Mexico City. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez is F1's highest altitude track at more than 2,000 meters above sea level. Teams are faced with thinner air around the track here, which includes 2 straights in the first sector. This is an exhilarating circuit on the Formula One calendar. We'll be sure to see plenty of battles and overtaking this weekend, especially with the help of not 1, not 2, but 3 DRS zones. The previous race saw Carlos Sainz top the podium after a tremendous drive. Can he maintain his winning ways with another good outing this weekend? So, without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, right. It's going to be raining in the race. I do think this would have been a better option for the sprint race than Austin, but never mind. We don't get to choose that. Let's get ourselves into the Grand Prix, and hopefully in qualifying we can get through to Q3. Well, it's not often we get satisfaction that high. 97% for Alex Albon, 98% for Yuki Tsunoda, and 98% driver preparation for Albon and 98% for Tsunoda, meaning their confidence is sky high going into qualifying. Hopefully we can pull off a good qualifying here in Mexico.
We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Mexico City's thin air presents a real test to teams during qualifying laps. Reduced downforce can mean tricky cornering and a test for keeping the power units cool around this track.
Charles Leclerc has been a talking point for many of late. Karun, how do you think he's doing so far?
They had an excellent performance in practice, setting a solid lap time. They must be feeling confident. But confidence doesn't necessarily mean success in Formula One.
So here we are, ready to resume.
Okay, and let's get ourselves into qualifying then. Need to obviously... Do we replace Albon's gearbox? Maybe we decide after qualifying, actually. We'll see what sort of pace we have in qualifying, and then we can decide after that. You know, if he's massively slower than Tsunoda, then we can make that choice and, you know, maybe take an ERS for Tsunoda as well. But we'll see where we end up qualifying. I think that's really important. There's our setup for Yuki Tsunoda and for Alex Albon. Quite similar this week, which is an interesting one. Right, let's get ourselves into qualifying one. Here we go. Probably my favourite part of the weekend, qualifying. I'm going to get Alex Albon out there pretty early. I'm actually going to play this a little bit differently. I'm going to focus on one driver. Get him his lap, and then...
If you've got any pace left, it would be good now.
Focus on Tsunoda a little bit later on, rather than giving them in the exact same track conditions and all of that. So here we go then with Alexander Albon. Definitely have learned that we need to attack the tyres a bit earlier with Tsunoda when we get to his lap. But he is the only one out there. So let's have him give us a lap of this Mexico circuit. Again, it should be a track that works out quite well for us. We've got good straight line speed. It seems to be decent in high speed corners, so you would imagine that suits our car very, very well, but we've been left to wonder that recently. Yeah, very high rubber levels, high levels of grip as well. So Alex Albon now. That'll fly through this middle sector. We will zoom him forward a little bit. And here he goes then. He's coming around the final corner, and Alex Albon is going to head up to the line. And it's going to be a 1:18.0, which is a decent time for now.
Need to increase lifting coast.
Okay.
Of course, he's coming in at the end of this lap. So let's zoom it forward just a touch, and then we're going to get Tsunoda out there.
And radio check.
Yeah, all good. Radio.
Copy, loud and clear. Can you bring the pace up?
And we'll see how good Yuki Tsunoda is on his lap. Albon's in. So goes half a second quicker. Tsunoda now. Going to be using his deployment. Hopefully that didn't hinder him in that first sector. I think we can probably use the scrub tyres again. I don't think we need to worry about that. Albon currently slowest of everybody. Which isn't fantastic. But here we come then with Yuki Tsunoda. What's he going to manage? Where's he going to go? Oh, he goes fourth. That's a very good time from him. Does that potentially mean Alex Albon could do a lot better? It's quite an interesting lap, isn't it? That it's very, very short. Maybe if we push Alex Albon on his tyres round his outlap and then deploy now. Give him exactly the same treatment as Tsunoda. Albon comes up to the line and it's no better, unfortunately. Okay. Albon's going to have a new set of tyres. I think Tsunoda's going to be okay though.
Happy to increase pace.
Yep, sure.
So let's keep Tsunoda in the pits.
Easy up the overtake.
Copy, yes.
And let's see what Alex Albon can produce here. Expecting to see green times. He's got a distant tow from the Alpines as well, but he's right on the bubble here. And Leclerc currently lingering in the drop zone, as is Hülkenberg. Tsunoda might not quite be as safe as he looks with the likes of Hamilton and Alonso below him. But we'll trust it.
Okay, check a flag.
So look at his middle sector. Hoping that Gasly hasn't impeded him, and it doesn't look like he has. So Alex Albon now coming across the line. Where's he gonna go? Is he gonna end up by Yuki Tsunoda? Crosses the line 17.6, which does put him just behind his teammate Yuki Tsunoda in 12th there. And well, Hülkenberg, he splits the Williams cars. Leclerc and Alonso are the other ones. Alonso across the line, he goes third. Leclerc and Hamilton, so Albon could be out here. Albon could very much be out. Hamilton coming round the final corner now. Can he manage to get himself through? He's up to the line and he's safely through, and Leclerc across the line, he's through as well. So Alex Albon, huge disappointment for him. He is out of qualifying and will be starting in P16 tomorrow. That's a shocker, really. But Yuki Tsunoda, he's through, obviously with his first time in Q1. But Alex Albon, for one of the first times this year, is out in Q1. That's a big shock. And a big decision has to be made. Do we take a fresh engine with Albon for the race tomorrow? And we might well do. Might well. We'll have to have a think. But Tsunoda should be okay. Send him out middle of the session again.
That's green now. Green now.
Like we did last time. That looks a nice little gap. Send him out now.
Okay, we're happy to push,
Yeah.
See where Tsunoda ends up after this first lap. It's going to have Russell for company very shortly. Let's have a visor cam lap from about halfway through. See if he can get past Russell. It's a good first sector. Doesn't really want to end up passing Russell in this section. But let's see what he can manage here. He's coming round. We know probably high 16s is what we're looking for to get through. Or low 17s. He flies over the line to 17.1. That's a very, very good time from Tsunoda. And that might be enough to get through.
Copy.
We will grant him a second set of soft tyres. Try and get through to Q3. At the end of the session. But track's looking good, track's rubbered in. Maybe Albon just wasn't quite there right at the end when he needed to be. Or maybe it was the gearbox that was the problem there. Let's send him out just before that Red Bull. There's a Ferrari going past, I think, just finishing.
Watch
That's
out
right.
for control. Your main focus is your tires and brakes. That's your main focus.
Copy.
Okay. Let's deploy.
Use the rest.
Copy.
So here we go, big boost onto the lap. Yuki Tsunoda, let's see what he can produce. Obviously Russell and Hamilton are the key candidates that you would expect
Okay, that's checkered flag.
to get through, but Russell's already out. The two Haas cars are already out. Norris is the only one, I think, that can produce a better lap, but it looks like Tsunoda's going to get himself out of trouble anyway with a brilliant lap here. He's over the line in a 17 flat. That's enough for 7th. What a time from Yuki Tsunoda. He's through to Q3. That's fabulous from him. And, well, he's going to be starting well inside the top 10 tomorrow. Hülkenberg down in 15th. Russell 14th. Very disappointing for Mercedes in the end. Lando Norris in 12th. But what a time from Yuki Tsunoda. Now, we have got 2 sets of tyres once again for Q3, and I think we're going to give them both. I think tyre wear shouldn't be too bad round here, especially with the rain. So we're going to give it a little bit of time again. Let some guys go and get their time. And get Tsunoda out there on the track just before the Red Bull again. Max will be thinking, wow, what have I done to deserve having to follow Yuki Tsunoda around?
Isn't getting your tires there.
But he was absolutely immense there, wasn't he? What a time that was in Q2 to get P7. Above the Mercedes, above Ocon, above Alonso as well. So here we go then. Yuki Tsunoda. What can he produce on this flying lap? Everything optimal now. And let's see what sort of times he can put in. 28.4 first sector. Alonso following him closely here. Let's ride very much at Yuki Tsunoda's eye level. And he's going to come up to the line. It's a disappointing time that. A 17.6 this time. That's not his best.
Focus on your tyres for the moment.
Copy.
Yeah, that's only going to be good enough for 10th place, so... Put him back out there. We'll try and time it so that he's right behind somebody.
As before, focus on your tire temperature target and the brakes.
Copy.
Focus and push.
Copy.
I don't know where Ocon is up to in terms of times. Is he going to be coming into the pits here, or is this going to be absolutely perfect timing to get a bit of a tow? No, Ocon in the pits, unfortunately. So here we go then. Can this be Tsunoda's best time? And he is going to come across some traffic in some parts of the track he wouldn't really want it.
Just take the flag.
Yeah, this is exactly the last place you'd want it. Yeah. So it's going to be a yellow middle sector, isn't it? Yeah. Well, Yuki Tsunoda. Oh! Into the wall he goes. Coming across traffic there, and that was just dangerous. I mean, hopefully they get the...
Just keep your eyes on Gasly here.
It was Gasly there. I mean, Gasly should be staying well out of the way, but Tsunoda's going to get the... He's going to get the rough end of the deal.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Don't know. We'll see come the end of the session who gets the penalty there. It should be Gasly by all rights, but neither driver gets a penalty. But Yuki Tsunoda will be starting just P10 tomorrow, but I'm a little worried about his car.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
We've seen some unbelievable action around the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in the past. Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel had to fight off both Red Bull drivers only to be demoted off the podium in 2016 in what was a highly controversial moment.
Now we see Yuki Tsunoda there, Karun. How do you think he's going to be feeling?
They don't seem to be getting the best from the car right now, to be honest. Not sure if it's the balance or just an issue with confidence, but something needs to change.
Well, we're expecting some dizzying strategies used here today, here in the Mexican Heights. The question is, though, who's going to be the one to climb to the top?
Yeah, gutted for Tsunoda. I think he could have been starting a little bit higher. But it is what it is. Let's have a little look at rain. It is going to rain probably about halfway through. Question is, what sort of tyres do we want on the car? Is it going to be quicker to come into the pits? And yeah, we'll have to weigh up a couple of different options here. Going to put in a strategy D there, where we start on the hards and go on to the intermediates, and a little bit later on go on to the softs, perhaps right at the end of the race. So that's 1:38.41. We'll change this one because that's definitely not one we're going to go for. So maybe 2 aggressive soft tyre stints before the rain. That's going to be 1:38:29. And maybe back onto the soft tyres just at the end of the race. Let's just compare those two. Yeah, 2 soft tyre stints is definitely the way to go, I think. It's probably a bit risky, but I think that's what we want. So, in terms of gearbox, where's he currently scheduled to start? 14th. Yeah, I think let's get ourselves a new gearbox. And it might be just, well, actually, other than the financial side of it. The others will just survive, won't they? Oh, no. Oh, dear. Well, Sonoda's in an awful place. Yeah. We do have some spares, fortunately, of the parts of the car that he destroyed. Other than the suspension, but adjustments limited. So we're going to have to get an emergency manufacture on that. Ah! That's not what we want. There we go. Okay, and then engine-wise, he fortunately does have a better engine. Go for the dodgy ERS. A decent gearbox. Otherwise it is going to be a 5-place penalty. So we'll risk it with Sonoda to try and take a bit of advantage of where we're at. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do about it. We're going to go for the 2 aggressive soft tyre strategies. Or stints, sorry. And come the end of the Grand Prix. That looks good. Plan C is the one we want to go for. And yeah, we'll do the same for Albano as well. Aggressive there. That looks good to me. Okay, well, hopefully we'll be ready and raring to go for this Mexican Grand Prix. Let's give it everything. Okay, penalty warning on car 1. He's going to be getting a penalty going all the way back to the back, I think.
We're nearly ready to get started here. 71 laps, 17 turns. It's the Mexico
This is going to be a crazy Grand Prix.
Yuki Tsunoda will be hoping things go his way today.
Starting P10 puts them in the right place to get some points. But there's still a lot to do.
Right, let's get to it then.
Here we go then, ready for the lights.
With the Mexico City Grand Prix. And it's
Lights out, so away we go here in Mexico. It's a terrific start for Charles Leclerc. Lance Stroll is alongside him though, and potentially going to be taking the lead into turn 1. Let's watch this as they head towards the first corner, and Stroll takes the lead out of turn 1, and it's a big crash at the back. I don't know exactly what's happening. There's a red flag. There is a red flag. I have no idea what happened at turn 1, but Stroll has taken the lead. Joe and Hulkenberg are out. Let's have a little look down by the back. And yes, it was a big crash for Hulkenberg. He's out. Zhou Guanyu is out now. Did Alex Albon pick up any damage there? That's a question. I don't think so. I think he's okay. Oh no, Albon's out. Albon is out. Okay, so it's just Yuki Tsunoda left in this race. 93, yeah, might as well stay on these soft tyres, but Albon out. I mean, 5 drivers out at turn 1. That's pretty crazy. It didn't look that serious an accident. Obviously, the rain isn't far away from starting now, which completely changes the strategy of this race. It's lights out again, and Stroll off to a good start. Once again off the grid. Looks like the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz is perhaps going to be getting right up behind here as they head towards turn 1. Yuki Tsunoda down to P11. Is he going to have a go down the inside? Yes, he's up to P9. That's exactly what we need there. And now,
Come on.
side by side with Lewis Hamilton, using a little bit of overtake. We're going to actually push the engine a little bit as well.
Reduce the lift tank.
And yes, I think we are going to have to edit the strategy now of Yuki. So let's delete that stint, essentially. And we are definitely going to have dry conditions at the end of this race. Possibly some soft tyre running towards the end. So that's what we're going to go for. Well, I just can't believe 5 drivers retire at turn 1. That is bonkers. The thing is, for Yuki, where we've not got very good parts on the car. So we're in a 1-horse race, but in a very tricky position. And I bet you Albon's gearbox is knacked as well. But both Haas cars, Zhou Guanyu, Porsche and Alex Albon all out in a turn 1 incident there. And that's a real shame. And let's keep Yuki on neutral. We're going to keep attacking throughout these first few laps and hope that he'll be able to stay with Lewis Hamilton. No DRS in this first sector, as he's not within a second. There you go, using the ERS now has helped him push on, as Hamilton looking at Sergio Perez, but this could be a good chance to get past him. So they've all gone soft tyres. Some of them did have new soft tyres. I'm going to avoid high-risk curbs. I think that will be a big benefit here. Yeah, that's enabled for Yuki. And we pull away nicely from Lando Norris. 1.8 seconds the gap now as Hamilton has made it past Sergio Perez. Now then, DRS enabled again here. That'll allow us to close in on Sergio. No overtake this time. Okay. Let's keep it going though. Try and keep Sonoda's tyres in check in this first stint. I don't think he's going to be able to compete with the top 9 really. There goes Norris through, and it's all about trying to judge this and when do we start making moves. Rain's not that far away. Possibly lap 14 or so.
Rain coming.
Copy.
Norris is the one that we need to battle today. So I'm going to take it off that setting now. I'm going to attack until our pit stop.
I think rain's
Oh, rain started.
Okay, copy.
Rain has started. Just a little sprinkle at the moment though. Put battle assist on as well. And fingers crossed, get this right. I think it's going to be next lap that way. I want to make the move on to intermediate tyres, but this should be a chance to get past Lando.
Box.
copy.
Next inter.
Yep. Surely he's got to make the move now. Takes the outside route. And he's through. I think we're going to move it to next lap now. I don't think we're at quite enough rain just yet. And now here comes Lando Norris, possibly back through. It's still side by side. Tsunoda stays ahead. Yep, it is going to be this lap that we come in. No doubt about that. Yep, everybody in the pits now.
Cushion stopping in box.
Obviously,
Copy.
there's going to be lots of double stackers here, and we need the perfect pit stop. Damn it! 4.1 seconds. That's cost us a position to Norris now, but only P11.
And clear on pit exit.
It's not quite as bad as it could have been. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We're expecting that rain to ease off slightly, potentially even get to within possible slick conditions a little bit later on, but yeah, Tsunoda within a second of Norris. Needs to make that move pretty swiftly. I'm quite happy he's just generally topping that up as he's going. George Russell is the one I'm keeping my eye on. He's quicker than both of us at the moment. This is the one that's pulling away right now. 3 seconds ahead of Yuki, possibly to do with tyre temps. So maybe what we need to do is stick him on, avoid high-risk curbs, and fully attack him. No, starting to lose time. This guy's tyre temps back under control. Should bring his gap down, you would think. Let's top up for now. Don't think Russell will be able to pass him. Desperate to want to up the ante, but well, DRS is going to come back online very shortly, so I think we have to push now.
Just check the track condition.
Yeah, it's right. I can try, yeah.
But almost instantly it went back to how it was. So we're expecting this till about lap 60 now. Slowly but surely catching up to Lando. Let's harvest for a lap or so.
Battery is good.
Copy.
And then next couple of laps we're gonna absolutely go for it. Get away from George Russell. He's been following us for too long now. Just leaving behind. So back within 3 seconds of Russell of Norris, but Russell, I'll tell you what, he's caught up again. How far off are we? I think once we get to lap 50, then we'll let the shackles off, if you like. Yeah. So 48 laps gone. Still not a great deal of action out there possible at the moment. Right, here we go, lap 50. So, engine push. Take that off as well. And hopefully that will pull Tsunoda away from Russell and back towards Lando Norris for the final few laps. So you can see, there you go, he is much quicker. So avoiding high-risk curbs does slow you down quite significantly, but it's allowed us to be in a position where our tyres have lasted a lot longer, and now we can survive until the dry weather. So it's also allowed us to save a bit of fuel as well. And yeah, the tyres are hot, but the offset is negligible, really. We are still closing in on Norris. We're still lapping, you know, half a second quicker than him, and 1.2 seconds quicker than George Russell right now. George Russell did just put in a lap quicker than us there, funnily enough. Yes, we are expecting rain to stop very soon.
So it's not raining in the pit lane.
Copy.
Yep, I think it'll be next lap still.
Box.
Yeah, copy.
Yeah, it is going to drop below one now. Tsunoda's going to be the first guy in, I think.
Norris has pitted.
Oh no, Norris is in as well. Should have maybe done the opposite, but hopefully we can have a quick pit stop here and get out ahead of him. And here we go. Oh, very close. Very close to having that there.
Yep, exit.
But now should be able to shed loads of time out of at least Esteban Ocon. Let's see how we get on here. Oh, Tsunoda's in the wall. What on earth has just happened? I think he's just locked up. He's gone into the wall.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Is that DRS there, maybe?
But
No, just a
they
big
can't
lock-up.
avoid making contact. Well, they may have been keen to leave their mark, but I think that was a little too literal.
And well,
Don't
that is the end of our race. Unfortunately, both drivers out. And nothing we can do now. Virtual safety car has been deployed, and we've got 11 laps to go. Well, our attention will now go to the leader of this race, who is Charles Leclerc. And yeah, I mean, possibly pushing on cold time. Oh,
Now we've got an incident here.
I think
as
George Russell's
understand
just
it,
done
George
exactly
Russell's
the same
involved.
as Yuki here, but under virtual safety car conditions. No, he's spun and he's straight into the same wall, so he's going to need to come into the pits as well. So pretty crazy, but Leclerc should win this race from here. Let's have a look at tyre conditions. Okay, Sainz is a much fresher than Leclerc's, so it could turn things around here. But we shall see. Let's have a look at the interval. So 4.7 seconds. No, Leclerc's quicker at this stage. But Sainz starting to close in now. Lance Stroll still P3. Very good race from him. But yeah, I can't believe how wrong this race has gone for us. And it's going to be a costly one as well, because I think we're going to have to replace all of the engine and all of the parts of the car multiple times over. And now Carlos Sainz within 3 seconds of his teammate Charles Leclerc. We will be picking up this battle with about a lap to go. And Tsunoda, I think, would have definitely got Norris by the end of the race. I think that was definitely achievable. Sainz could have done with DRS from Bottas there just to help him along. 2 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Is he going to get there? I don't think he is. He's pushing along here, and you can see he's hunting him down. They came together. Was it at the last race, or was it the race before where they were leading 1 and 2? I think it was the race before. And Ferrari very much looking like the fastest team out there these days. And certainly these two wish this had been the case at the start of the season, but here we come then, round onto the final lap. I think it's going to be too much to ask for Carlos Sainz. What's their tyre percentages? Still pretty good. Sainz getting a distant tow from his teammate, but I don't think he's going to get within a second. That's what he needs to do. It could go right down to the wire. Charles Leclerc leads, and it's Carlos Sainz in second at the moment still. Just about 1.2 seconds ahead. It's going to be the middle sector where this race is won or lost, because if Sainz can get within 1 second, he might get one chance at getting past his teammate. It's down to a singular second, and look at that. That's a massive gain. This is surely going to be, yep, less than a second now. And through the high-speed corners, let's run on board with Carlos Sainz, or shall we run through his eyes? And he will have DRS here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. DRS enabled. You can see that little flap open, but Charles Leclerc is going to hold him off. I think one more lap, and Sainz would have had him into the stadium section. They go, but it's going to be Charles Leclerc who comes across the line. He's going to win here in Mexico just by the skin of his teeth over his teammate Carlos Sainz, who finishes in second. Great performance from him. And it's a Ferrari 1-2, and they are going to be absolutely thrilled with that.
Charles Leclerc there, taking home the win.
So Charles Leclerc wins.
And it's thoroughly deserved. A hugely talented driver and undoubtedly a worthy winner.
It's going to be... Oh, Sainz got fastest lap there at the end as well. Stroll's coming into the stadium section now. He's going to be finishing in 3rd place. And Max Verstappen in P4. And the It's going to be Alonso P5, Gasly 6th. Or is it? Perez following him as well. I don't think he's going to quite manage it though, flying around the final corner. And Perez is going to finish even closer to Leclerc, to Gasly than Sainz did to Leclerc. And here comes Hamilton over the line. He finishes 8th. Ocon is going to finish 9th, and Norris has already crossed the line in P10. Okay then, dreadful result for us. Both cars out.
It'd take a real optimist to find anything good about Alex Albon's race.
They'll be very disappointed to have had their race end early. No driver wants that to happen, but now they just have to look forward.
Out and onto the podium steps Charles Leclerc, the driver from Monaco, really deserving of that top 3 spot.
A third win of the season has to leave them and the team feeling confident.
A carnival atmosphere, as always, for the Mexico City Grand Prix. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They'll be disappointed. Neither driver really shone here, it has to be said, and there's quite a bit of work to be done, but they'll be well aware of that.
And that's it from us all here in Mexico City.
Coming up in the next round is the Sao Paulo Grand Prix as we head to Brazil. Join us next time at Interlagos.
Okay, so I think that's where we say we just draw a line under that. That was a very poor Grand Prix for us. Stroll goes back above Alonso in the championship. Hamilton starts to catch up to Russell. Only got 2 races to go though. Gasly ahead of Ocon as well. And well, Leclerc could well reach Perez by the end of the season, given Ferrari's form at the moment. They're very much going to finish 2nd in the championship. Aston Martin a very comfortable 3rd. Mercedes currently 4th, and then Alpine in 5th. In terms of where we are, very lucky that Haas had a double DNF today. We could have been in a real spot of bother. But yeah, ended up with fastest pit stop in the end for Tsunoda. And one of the slower ones as well. That made us come behind Norris, and I think that was race critical actually in the end. But hey, it is what it is. We at the very least are starting to catch up to Ferrari in those standings, which, well, who would have thought it at the start of the season? That's just crazy, isn't it? But yes, a dreadful Grand Prix for both drivers. Let's have a little look at what the damage is. Well, we lose £500,000 from the sponsors because of some of the performance guarantees, including our qualifying position streak. So it's not been a good weekend in that regard. 2.4 million is the profit from that. And, well, we've got 2 races to go, starting in Brazil next time out. But let's just see what is the damage here. We're out of chassis 4, so we're going to need at least 2 of them. You would suggest, I would say maybe even on an emergency basis. That's 4.4 million, though. We can't do that. We'll have to rush them through and get them in for Abu Dhabi, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna give Yuki Tsunoda that one. Give that one to Alex Albon. Yeah. In terms of front wings, I'm assuming that's missing. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna give. Oops. Yeah, well, that's the one. Gonna give them to Tsunoda. Rear wing, presuming we're missing as well. So we're gonna have to put that on both cars. Maybe manufacture 2 of them. What else is missing? Suspension. And let's have a look at the damage of the engine. Luckily, the gearbox took a hit, but not a massive hit, in literally its first 30 seconds of use. Bonkers. But for Sonoda, he is going to have to take a whole new power unit, I think. Yeah, he's going to have to at least take an ERS and a new gearbox, so yeah. View manufacturers, I mean, looking at that, I mean, what is going to be the best engine for next season? I really don't know by the looks of that. Mercedes looks the best, to be fair, other than fuel efficiency, but right. Well, we can't really afford another engine just for the sake of it, but we will have to go for a new ERS and a new gearbox for Yuki Tsunoda, so he's going to be starting right at the back pretty much. Needs some new side pods as well. Okay, very tough Grand Prix, that one. I want to see our inbox. Anything in there? No, it actually doesn't say nothing in there. Okay, that's where we're going to leave it for today then. If you've enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.